Deep in the heart of the enchanted forest, Samuel wandered aimlessly. He had lost his way and was now completely lost. The trees were tall and dense, and the forest floor was covered in thick underbrush. Samuel had never been this deep in the forest before, and he was beginning to feel scared. Just then, he heard a rustling in the bushes. Samuel's heart raced as he tried to figure out what it could be. Suddenly, a massive brown bear emerged from the bushes. Samuel froze, not knowing what to do. The bear looked at him, and Samuel could see the intelligence in its eyes. "Hello there," the bear said in a deep, rumbling voice. Samuel was surprised to hear the bear talking. "Hi," he said, still in shock. "My name is Brian," the bear said. "What's yours?" "I'm Samuel," Samuel said. Brian smiled. "Well, Samuel, what brings you to the enchanted forest?" "I got lost," Samuel said. "I don't know how to get back home." Brian nodded. "I can help you with that. Follow me." "Thank you," Samuel said, relieved. Samuel followed Brian as they walked through the forest. Brian was massive, and Samuel couldn't help but feel small next to him. They walked for what felt like hours, but eventually, they came to a clearing. "Here we are," Brian said, gesturing to the clearing. "This is where you need to go." Samuel looked around, but he didn't recognize anything. "I don't see anything," he said. "That's because you need to close your eyes and make a wish," Brian said. Samuel closed his eyes and thought hard about what he wanted. He wanted to be back home, safe and sound. He opened his eyes and saw that he was standing in front of his house. "Wow," Samuel said, amazed. "It worked." "Of course it did," Brian said. "I told you, I have powers." "Thank you so much," Samuel said, turning to Brian. "You saved me." "It was my pleasure," Brian said. "I'm always happy to help someone in need." "Can I visit you again?" Samuel asked. "Of course," Brian said, smiling. "Just make sure you know how to get here next time." Samuel ran into his house, eager to tell his parents about his adventure. They listened intently as he told them about Brian, the talking bear who had helped him find his way home. "That's quite the story," his mother said, smiling. "I know it sounds crazy, but it's true," Samuel said. "We believe you," his father said. "But you need to be careful in the forest. Not all bears are as friendly as Brian." That night, Samuel went to bed, but he couldn't stop thinking about Brian. He had never met a talking bear before, and he was fascinated by him. As he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed about Brian and all the adventures they could have together. The next day, Samuel woke up to a commotion outside. He looked out his window and saw a group of pirates running through the streets. They were chasing after something, but Samuel couldn't see what it was. Curious, Samuel followed the pirates as they ran towards the harbor. When he got there, he saw that they were chasing after a magical sea creature. The creature was glowing, and Samuel could feel its power from where he stood. Suddenly, Samuel heard a loud noise behind him. He turned around and saw that another group of pirates was approaching. They also wanted to capture the magical sea creature. Samuel knew that he needed to do something. He couldn't let the pirates capture the creature and use its power for their own selfish purposes. Thinking quickly, Samuel remembered something that Brian had taught him. He closed his eyes and made a wish. When he opened them, he saw that Brian was standing next to him. "Brian, we need your help," Samuel said. "Anything for you, Samuel," Brian said. Together, Samuel and Brian outsmarted the pirates and saved the magical sea creature. Samuel had never felt so alive, and he knew that he would never forget his adventure in